What's going on, everybody? Josh Engelman here for OddsShopper.com, back again with my PrizePicks picks. The PrizePicks picks for Friday, February 10th. Now, this one's a little bit up in the air. We have all of the news coming out of the trade deadline, so we do need to pay close attention to what's going on. But I think that I found 5 pretty good ones. I've got a lot of disparity in the fantasy points category. I'm running through 5 separate guys. I got a couple overs. I got a couple unders as well. Unfortunately, yesterday didn't work out as well as it did 2 days ago. Coming off of that 5-0, we ended up losing Nick Clarkson from yesterday's video. We ended up going 2-2. Not ideal, but we're here for another day. It's been a good week in the aggregate. Hitting a 5 out of 5 is certainly as good as it's going to get. So now, without further ado, you guys need to hit the like button. I got to ask for that first. Subscribe to this channel. Make sure you're hitting the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Now we can talk about my first pick for today. And that first pick for today is going to be PJ Washington. And now there are some pluses and minuses for this one. We'll start with the pluses. It's PJ Washington. He plays a ton of minutes. So we're going to go with something in that 34 to 36 range. They traded Mason Plumlee yesterday, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that PJ Washington can potentially get a couple minutes at the 5, which I think will benefit him offensively. Certainly benefits his rebounding, certainly benefits his blocks and steals potentially. We look on the other side. There's no Marcus Smart in this game. There's no Jaylen Brown in this game. Jason Tatum is questionable. This could end up looking a little bit more competitive than you would think. Now, Boston's a massive favorite so far, and even if Tatum plays, that's fine. I just think that we're going to get a ton of playing time out of PJ Washington. It's a better situation with Mason Plumlee gone. Potentially more shots out there. Depends on how you feel about Mark Williams. But I've got PJ Washington projected for 30 fantasy points on PrizePicks today, and the line is 25. I don't find this one to be close at all. I'm diving right in for PJ Washington. He is my first pick for today. Next up, we are going the opposite direction. We are taking the under on Killian Hayes. The fantasy score is 32.5. That's the line. I got him at 29. If you want to take the raw points under, I think that's fine as well. That's at 14.5. I got him projected for 12. And I don't think that I'm projecting him incorrectly. We're talking about a guy who moved back into the starting lineup. They did just get rid of Saddiq Bey as well, but Killian Hayes in starter minutes, I think these lines are showing him as slightly overprojected. Now, it is a great matchup against the Spurs. Both of these teams stink, aggressively stink, but we've seen what Killian Hayes looks like in this starting role. I'm a little surprised to see he's getting as much juice as he is. Maybe they're looking at the fact that San Antonio's defense is going to be worse without Jakob Poeltl. They've already been bad, so I don't know how much worse it's going to get. So right now, I'm looking at Killian Hayes under 32.5. My projection 29. So we're lower than that number by 3.5. To me, these first 2 picks, no brainers. I'm pretty sure no one's going to like this one, but James Harden under 44.5 fantasy points looks pretty good to me. I got him projected for 41.8. Not much really changed with the Sixers or the Knicks. I don't assume Josh Hart is available for the Knicks. I don't think that matters at all to James Harden. It probably makes him look worse, if anything. And the Sixers didn't really do anything other than ship out Matisse Thybulle. So we know what we're getting out of these two teams. We know the Knicks generally play at a slower pace. It's usually not the best fantasy environment. It's not like it's going to be a track meet for the Sixers either. Harden not exactly, pushing like crazy. Joel Embiid is not exactly a transition monster. So I think this is going to be a slow matchup. It's going to be a little grindy. And I think Harden's just getting a little bit too much love for a situation where Philly is at full strength. Now, there is the possibility that Joel Embiid doesn't play in this game. He is questionable. That's a permanent Q tag. I'm always assuming Joel Embiid is playing until he's not. And we're not going to know this until like 45 minutes before lock. But for right now, I want to lock that number in. I could see it going down the moment that Joel Embiid is ruled active. I'd like to take it if I can. 41.8 is the projection. 44.5 is the line. We're taking the under on James Harden. This one's just a fun one to cheer for. Give me Tyrese Halliburton over. The line is set at 39.5. I've got him projected for 43.5. He's in a coin flip game. He's at home taking on the Suns. We don't totally know what the Suns are going to look like today. Devin Booker should be back, but they're a little thin for right now, still working their way in. We don't know if TJ Warren's available. We know that Kevin Durant is not available. So they are missing 2 legitimate rotation pieces for today. with Bridges out and Cam Johnson out the door as well. And I love the idea of getting to someone like Halliburton at home. You're just going to get a little bit of that home cooking scoring as well. And if this game is as competitive as the line projects it to be, then you're going to get 34, 35, upwards of 36 minutes in a competitive game for Halliburton. I mean, to get just slightly over a fantasy point per minute doesn't seem all that difficult. I have him 4 points clear of his current projection. If you would like to go to the points, rebounds, and assists prop, or the points and rebounds, or rebounds and assists, you see the ones highlighted in green. I like those overs as well, but I just want to focus for today, for this video, on fantasy score. And for that, we're taking an over. Now, before we close it out with that final pick, I gotta let you guys know that you should be signing up at PrizePicks. That's the whole point of this video. Now, I know if you're watching it, you're probably already at PrizePicks, but if you're not and you've been on the fence, what are you waiting for? Get in right now. You could have hit that 5-0 with me 2 days ago. There's a link in the description of this video. Click it, head on over to PrizePicks and make a deposit. They're gonna match that deposit up to $100. So if you put in 100, you're gonna get another 100. You got 200 to start with. It's a pretty nice starting bankroll. Even if you go less, if you go 50, they'll give you another 50. Plus, you get 1 month of our Stochastic Plus Platinum package at stokastic.com. We've got a PrizePicks player prop tool that takes the props that you see. It assigns a percentage of how likely they are to go over or under. You can take that information just straight over to PrizePicks to make your picks across the board. You see 5 quick overs right at the top, bing, bang, boom, grab them all of a sudden you're in. You got potentially 10x your money on 5 picks, up to 25x your money on 6 picks. It's all there for you, and all you have to do is sign up using the link in the description. I'm giving you guys the goods in these videos. Come along for the ride. Closing this one out with Walker Kessler taking the over on the fantasy score. The line is set at 30.5. I got him at 34.5. They are 7.5 point dogs against Toronto. I don't know if the Raptors are going to have Jakob Poeltl or not. I don't really care one way or the other. We know that the Jazz shipped out Mike Conley. We know that the Jazz shipped out Malik Beasley. We know that the Jazz shipped out Jared Vanderbilt. I think all of those things are good signs for Walker Kessler's minutes. It's not like Jared Vanderbilt's backing him up any longer. Udoka Azubuike was the backup center in the most recent game. I think you're getting, at a minimum, 28 minutes of Walker Kessler, so long as the game is competitive, so long as he's not in foul trouble. You're expecting 28 out of Kessler, and don't be surprised to see a couple more. This is a legitimately good fantasy performer, well over a fantasy point per minute. His skill set fits this scoring system with 3-point blocks. That's a no-brainer for sure. Again, we're 4 points clear here. These are some of the easiest picks that I can see. And this is one where we don't really have to stress all that much. There's nothing behind Walker Kessler that's going to track him down for playing time. They want him to play. They want him to play big minutes. Why wouldn't we want to take advantage of a 30.5 point line when they just got rid of 3 rotation guys? Easy stuff today. Walker Kessler over 30.5 fantasy points. Alrighty, folks, the card is in. They are placed. Make sure you're following me at Josh Engelman if you ever want to see any more of these, and hit me up in the comment section with what you like. But PJ Washington over, Killian Hayes under, James Harden under, Tyrese Halliburton over, and Walker Kessler over. That's what we're looking at for today. Those are my 5 PrizePicks picks for Friday, February 10th. Good luck tonight. Enjoy your weekend, folks. I will be back again for all of you guys Monday morning, bright and early. We're getting this one out the crack of dawn starting Monday. Good luck, everybody. Let's win some money together.